Good morning, everybody. So good to see you. For years, I was fascinated with feng shui. I read books and implemented fixes to help manage the qi in my home and yard. I placed colored pictures, crystals, water fountains, mirrors, plants, and even goldfish to enhance each of the 8 areas of the Bagua map. It made a difference. My home was decluttered, organized, pleasant, and felt harmonized. I could almost feel the flow of the energy as I moved throughout it. Everything had a purpose and a place. Of course, life and stuff have a way of flowing in, especially when you have young children and very generous grandparents. And while we can control many things in our home environment, we can't control always what happens in our lives. And even when we can, it requires regular attention. As I once heard someone say, you can do anything you want, you just can't do everything you want, at least not all at once. So I'm sure, like many of you, I've ebbed and flowed with either learning about or trying some other home organization and sorting approaches. But perhaps unlike you, moving 22 times since I was 22 has forced a lot of downsizing. So these are briefly some of the approaches I've tried, and I know some of these are going to be familiar to you. The minimalist approach of getting rid of everything that is not functional or valuable. And in that approach, there's an idea that there's a threefold cost to owning every object. There's the cost of purchasing it, of maintaining it, even if that's just dusting it, and then of disposing of it, especially when you're trying to dispose of things consciously. Then there were the various item limit systems like 1 in, 1 out, the capsule wardrobe, the nomad lifestyle where you only own what you can fit in a vehicle or a suitcase. I had a friend who tried both the 30-item wardrobe for 90 days and the 100-item household, something that still intrigues me and I'd really like to try out. Then, probably the most well-known, there was the KonMari method, where you held each object to see if it sparked joy. I, like you, I'm sure, especially enjoyed some of the memes around that time of people holding their job, their child, their spouse, and saying that it did not spark joy. The gentle art of Swedish death cleaning. I think they had to add that gentle art because otherwise it sounds kind of harsh, right? Death cleaning. That is meant to be a slow, gradual process of reflecting, eliminating, gifting, and organizing so that we're taking responsibility for disposing of our accumulated belongings versus leaving it for a family member after our death. And then there's the coziness of Hugo, which I think Brad's going to maybe touch on today, with its natural fibers, candles, books, and blankets. I found wisdom in each of these approaches and shared themes that over time I have managed to integrate in a lot of ways as regular practices. I'm very aware of the flow in my spaces at work and at home. I weigh the multiple cost of owning before buying and often take a photo instead. I frequently eliminate unused objects and enjoy that burst of satisfaction after you've let go of something you no longer need. And I treasure more the ones that fill me with comfort and with joy. Overall, I feel like I've developed a relationship to the objects in my home instead of just seeing them as objects. I wish the same for each of you. Namaste.